Hi there, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, which means it's Blended Family Tuesday, and I was looking to creep you out one more time before they get all the Halloween out of the store and all the Christmas in by chatting with you today about lice. First time that my little girls, the ones with curly hair, got lice. The youngest one was a 1.5 years old. So the oldest one was probably about 2, maybe 3. And so one day I was messing with her hair and it had been looking really dry. And so I was looking at it thinking about if I was gonna put coconut oil in or what I was gonna do. And I saw a bug moving in her hair and it freaked me out. I'd never had lice. I don't think I ever knew anybody growing up that had lice. So it was a whole new mission of learning for me. And mind you, the reason why I mentioned how young the girls were, I had no desire to put any chemical products that you buy at the drugstore on their hair. You know, I was already natural mama as can be, and I just could not wrap my head around that. So I immediately had to start looking for natural remedies. And so my first step solution was, you know, just soaking their hair completely in coconut oil that had peppermint oil added to it and combing through that with a lice comb. And in the end, the way I finally kicked it that time with constant combing is I actually had to cut everybody's hair because I discovered what was happening is, even though I was being super thorough, the dead ends in the girl's hair and even in my mom's hair is what was catching the debris of the lice and eggs, and so it wasn't fully getting out of the hair or head. But I promise you it was a whole month-long journey. And then my predicament with them going back was, you know, how do I keep them from getting it again? And that research led me to the LiceLogic products, and they make not only a first-line defense product, which actually gets rid of them. I didn't find them until after I had gotten rid of them. But they also make a repel product, a shampoo and conditioner that you can use for as long as you want. The second time the girls got lice was actually this past December, right as we went into Christmas break. It was crazy because my youngest one kept saying, oh, the nurse checked my head for lice. About a day before we went into Christmas break is when I discovered that the girls did have lice. And this is my #1 trick for deciding whether or not something in your hair is lice. Now, if you've got dandruff or maybe some buildup or just something in your hair, all of that should just, when you blow hard on it, it should blow right out of your hair. Versus a lice knit or a lice, mostly the nits, because the bugs just run away. You usually can't see them. What you're looking for in identification is the nits. But the nits are attached with this special glue that the lice themselves make, and it makes it where the nit sticks to the hair. So if you find something white and small, especially around the ears, at, you know, the crown, down here at the bottom of the head, blow on it, and if that doesn't move or it doesn't flick away with your finger, those are lice nits. Just guaranteed, that's it. But right there at Christmas, when I totally did not have the budget to go into, you know, a couple of $100 on lice products, should have went right back to the LiceLogic, but for some reason I didn't. What I first went to was the Robi Comb, and we actually got 2 of these, and they take 1 AA battery. And the way this product works is as you pull it through you know, a section of hair, it emits a tone. That's the tone. Super annoying. But you yearn to hear that tone because the way you know when you've found something in hair is it makes the beat stop. Anything that it runs into, it gets zapped. This is an electrical charge. It's no joke. And you know, if you touch it when it's going, you'll feel a little thing. And that's why you want to be mindful around ears especially. And the reason why I really was open to investing about $20 each in these is because there were so many people that said that if you were meticulous about doing this every single night, then you could almost cut out all the little extra things that you have to do, like putting your pillows in the dryer and bagging up all the stuffed animals. We did bag up the stuffed animals both the first time and the second time, but it really took away from having to do that constant putting everything in the dryer every single night, you know, making everything sanitary, vacuuming constantly. So that's why we were gung-ho about it. To back up, because you're probably like, how could you possibly get something like that through the girls' hair? And the answer is, for the first time ever, we straightened their hair. And we felt like it was a necessity because we did want to use these combs, because otherwise we have no desire to see them with straight hair or have them with straight hair, and they don't ever even think about it. And they kind of were curious, and after that they were kind of like, they love their hair. But we very gently and very slowly straightened their hair, and every single night we would split it up into 4-part sections. I had these little baby clips and I had big clips, and that's what I used. I would split it, like I said, into 4 sections, and I would work this section to this section, and then this section to this section. So I would just go through one strand. You go from the base of the scalp and you pull it all the way out, and I would hand this off to my husband, and he would be over at the sink and he'd have like a paper towel laid out, and then he takes the brush and he sits here and he works it all out, and then he'd take a magnifying glass, inspect the teeth of the Robi Comb, and inspect what came out on the paper towel, and that's how we knew the progress that we were making. I think we did it consistently for right at 2 weeks, and we really feel like we had completely kicked it in the teeth until our youngest son had to go to the emergency room for an emergency appendectomy. The lice project just fell to the wayside, and right before we went back to school, I did a check on the girls' hair, and boom, they were back. And I had to hurry up and do something. I didn't have another 2 weeks. I couldn't keep the girls out of school. You can't go to school with lice. So I went back to Logic products, and I got myself the tightest, closest, this is the knit-free Terminator comb, and I got the LiceLogic clear and free shampoo, and this is like I said, akin to a frontline treatment. And what you do is you take this product, and like I said, it's loaded with these enzymes that eat up all their glue, disintegrate the knits, and kill the bugs. So it's double awesome, and you're gonna fill their hair up with it, and then you're just gonna, let me put this down so I can, but you're just gonna massage it into the head consistently and vigorously for 15 minutes. And then you want to comb, like detangle the hair. So comb all of your hair down, and which is combing the product also through your hair, and then split it up into sections. Use your comb to go through every single section, rinsing that comb every single time you make a swipe, and then rinsing it all out. And that rinse is huge. Okay, it's huge, because that is what is making sure that everything that didn't come off on the comb but got knocked loose gets rinsed completely out. And the bottle also recommends doing one more wash. And again, I'm so blessed with the husband I have, because we all just put our bathing suits on and we all did this in the bathtub in the shower together in you know, a full rotation. And within, you know, we checked every day from there, and we were completely lice free. I think we may have ran another 3-day treatment on them, but we got rid of it. And so after that, for the rest of the school year, I believe we went back to the Repel products. There's actually a visible difference, or you can feel the difference in these bottles, because I use so much conditioner in the girls' hair that there's almost none of this, because I was even using it on a nightly basis when I was setting their hair up to go to bed. I don't work for the Robi Comb, I don't work for LiceGuard, and I do not work for LiceLogic. But what I do support is you having the best information when it comes to dealing with the creepy, eepy situation of lice, because it's not a clean, unclean thing. It's something that kids get at schools, you can get at theaters, you can get on airplanes. They're, you know, it's something easy to get. So I hope you found value in this today, and I hope you have the best day ever.